Hola amigos, I am back and we're cutting to the chase today, guys. I am updating you guys on my whole John boat build. That doesn't make any sense. John boat build. So if you guys have been following my channel or the last 3 videos I posted, you guys know that I've been trying to turn a John boat into a bass boat for under $500. Now this has not been an easy project, and honestly the first couple of stages of what I was doing with it, I completely threw away. So the reason I stopped making videos on every single day of what I was doing was because I focused more on the filming aspect of it than the actual building of it. So today, guys, we have a finished John boat to bass boat build. It's completely done, and I'm gonna be showing you guys everything that I did, how I did it, and if I did it for under $500. There are a lot of things that I learned, a lot of things that I changed, but at the end of the day, guys, if you didn't follow this or didn't understand what the point of this build was, the point of this build was I wanted to find an inexpensive, cheap boat that I could take out into rivers and ponds and places that I can't take my big boat. This was not intended to be something super amazing, super nice. It was just to see if I could take nothing and make something out of it, and potentially, anybody out there who doesn't have a budget or doesn't have a lot of money to spend, they could possibly do it as well. I just wanted to give you guys tips because on my channel I make a lot of videos about saving money on fishing equipment and apparently now boats. So walking on over here before I show you guys the finished product, in the midst of putting this boat together, it just wasn't working out as planned and it was kind of a mess. So I completely redid everything, and I guess I'll explain that to you here in a second. But without further ado, guys, here is the final product of my $300 John boat turned into a bass boat. Whoppa! Alright guys, so now that you guys kind of got a gist of what it looks like and what I did, etc., I'm going to explain to you guys exactly how I did it and why I did it the way that I did. So if you guys saw part 3, you'll know that I ran into one big hiccup. The one big hiccup that I ran into was with the boat leaking. Originally, it had some leaks. I knew about it. I tried to go about fixing it with aluminized weld sticks or whatever those things are called. Go ahead and correct me in the comment section down below. To be honest with you guys, can't remember what they're called, but basically what they were is they were little sticks that you would melt with a blowtorch, and it bonds to aluminum, and it's supposed to be one of the better ways to fix holes in the boat. In the midst of that, I totally screwed up and made things completely worse and considered getting this whole boat re-welded. That was the plan, but I actually never ended up doing that. I had the opportunity to get it welded, but the time frame and everything that I had to deal with just wasn't there. So what I did was I went back and I tackled it again, guys. I went and me and my dad actually did our best to try those weld sticks again, and we actually bridged the hole in the boat that we had closed. It was closed and it wasn't a hole anymore, but it was still dripping. Nothing significant, but it was dripping. So what I ended up doing is I ended up going to the hardware store and I bought JB Weld putty. So I spent like $8 on some putty, and well, here's the finished product. I basically popped it in this hole right here, guys, and it did perfect. Now this putty is not black, so this may look weird to you, and I'll explain that in a minute. But I shoved putty in there and the putty stopped the leaking and we were good to go. So I went ahead and put JB Weld in all the spots that were leaking, and it was perfect, and I'm super ecstatic about that. A little bit of the aluminum, I'm gonna keep calling them aluminum weld sticks, but aluminum weld and the JB Weld. It was killer. Then what I did from there was target everything from the bottom. I didn't want any more leaky rivets. I didn't want any of that nonsense. So I went to the store and I bought a gallon of Line-X. If you guys don't know what Line-X is, it's that stuff that you put in your truck bed to make it real gritty and make it real tough. And it's just super tough stuff. It's like basically putting blacktop on whatever it is you're gonna put it on. So if you guys come under here with me, I'll lay down with you. I Line-X'd the entire bottom of the boat. So if you guys can see right here, we got nice rugged Line-X. Every single nook and cranny is completely covered. All my rivets are going to be sealed nice and good. Yep. and I got this was the main hole. This was the biggest problem. So that's all taken care of now, and yeah, it's honestly solid, guys. So it's leak free and it looks pretty darn good. And then from there, I went ahead and obviously painted the outside. As you guys can tell, the exterior, the logo's trash. I know you guys can hate on me for that. I tried to make a little stencil and put TightlineTV on there, but yeah, it looks like crap. But hey guys, that's the exterior. Now let's talk the interior. So originally what I had done was I cut out plywood, and you know, I wanted to have a deck up here. That was always the main thing. And I wanted to have compartments. I wanted to have 3 back here, and I wanted to have 1 up there. Well, in the midst of making this, it just wasn't logical. I tried to frame it out the best way that I could, but to keep this boat light and to keep it stable and to keep all that other stuff together, it needed a lot of bracing to do the doors. It just wasn't logical, so I ended up just throwing all that wood away and getting rid of it. So I did go a little bit higher in the budget that I wanted to, but you know what? I went out and bought another piece of 3/4 inch plywood. So what I ended up changing, what I ended up doing differently, was I completely got rid of the hinge door that I had cut out into the middle of this and just did 1 giant door. And it ended up making more sense and is a heck of a lot more stable. There's no way I'm going through that. I used the benches as the framework on that, so I didn't have to brace it or whatever. It's braced up pretty darn good, and that 3/4 inch plywood is very thick. And actually it worked out better because I have a heck of a lot more space in the bow than I would have, you know, with the other one, especially if I had to do all the framing. Then in the back, I decided, you know, I wanted to have 3 compartments back here, but it just wasn't logical as well. And I wasn't able to get the doors open, and I didn't want to cut a notch out to fit the trolling motor. So what I ended up doing was I just made kind of like a secret door to pull this out. I have a little bit of a frame back here for support, but the reason I left this all open was so that I could put a battery back here or whatever else I need. So why did I do it this way, guys, and why do I want the decks like that? Why didn't I put hinges on it, etc.? The reason that I left these the way that I did and didn't put hinges on them or make them true doors or anything like that was just for the sole purpose of being able to take it apart, you know, make it a little bit lighter when I needed to carry it, and just keep it in better shape. By having these not connected, you know, when it's crappy outside or it's raining, I could take them off, I can put them in the garage, I can put them in my truck, and that carpet's gonna stay together. On top of that, it just makes it a heck of a lot lighter if I pull these off first and then carry the boat around. I haven't decided if I'm gonna put a trailer on it yet or anything like that, but yeah, there's the purpose. And yeah, guys, so there you have it. Short, simple, and this boat catches fish. Actually, I've already tested it out. I'll show you guys a couple clips right now of me and my cousin fishing on it yesterday, slaying some pre-spawn bass. I can't tell you yet. Oh my God, it's a good one. It's a good one. Come on. No, he's a chub. Oh, I caught his little brother before that. Boom, guys. All right, so let's give you guys a quick lowdown on what's going on. Fish? Good one? You're good, I got him, don't worry. Just ease him in. That's like the first one I caught. Oh, another 2.5 pounder. Bloop, bloop. Got you. I got you. Don't step back on my rod. Oh my gosh. All right. On the chatterbait, I told you. Come here, I got him. Come here. Oh, yeah, buddy. There you go, son. So there you have it, guys. It fishes, it works, it's a lot of fun, and it's everything that I wanted it to be. Now, the biggest question is, did I do it for under 500 bucks? Can anybody go out there and do what I did and get yourself a mini bass boat or John boat for under that $500 mark or at $500? So here's the price breakdown for you guys. Everything that I spent, everything that I did, I put it all on my phone right here so you guys can see it, and I'll put a screenshot up there for you guys too. And yeah, so damage done. Let's see. Right off the bat, if you guys saw the first episode, you'll know that I picked up the boat in the condition that it was for $350. With that $350, it came with the trolling motor, the battery case, and all the paint, and just a bunch of random accessories that I got, you know, put into this. So right off the bat, I was $350 deep. Coming in next, I bought those aluminum weld sticks, and those guys were $15. Then after that, I had purchased carpet. This actually wasn't a roll of carpet. I actually found at Home Depot an outdoor carpet and used that. This carpet was $17.98, but I threw it on there as $18. Even before that, as you guys know, I had to have a blowtorch to melt those sticks, and I had to buy a can of MAP gas. That MAP gas was $12. After that, I ended up screwing myself over on the free plywood, but I had to go out and buy 3/4 inch plywood. That guy cost me $38. Coming up next, this wasn't necessary, but I decided to do it anyways because it was still in the budget. That was the bed liner, or the Line-X I should say, and that whole can was $48 and some odd change, but I rounded it up to $49. Last but not least, I bought JB Weld to fix my holes and to completely cover all my leaks, and that was $8. So with that being said, guys, that puts us at a whopping total of $491. Boom, baby. So there you had it. I made a freaking boat, got a complete boat, a way to go fishing for under $500. That's pretty insane. If you guys want to know how you can save money, how you can do these things, you just got to be smart about it. You got to look, you got to keep your eye out. All I did was I hopped on Facebook Marketplace, searched and searched and searched till I found a good deal, negotiated a little bit on it, got all that stuff with it, and it put me right in the place to get myself in a Little John boat. So there it is. I'm gonna have a ton of fun on it. I'm gonna be doing tons of fishing videos. I actually have my big boat right now in the shop getting work done to it, so I'm gonna be able to use this thing a lot. You know, at the end of the day, that's just it. So if you guys are out there and, you know, you like to fish, but you don't have a boat or you don't have a way to do it, or maybe you've been saving up some money, this is an option for you. I don't care who you are. I think, you know, $490 is a reasonable amount of money to save up for any kid at any age or any person. Now, you're gonna need a way to transport it, but again, everybody's got a different situation. So I don't know. I don't want to hear y'all complain that I don't have money to do this, I don't have money to do that anymore, because it's possible. And honestly, I could have done this a lot cheaper. I just decided to make it kind of look nice just to draw some attention for whatever. But at the end of the day, bare naked or not, it would have got me fishing for 350 bucks. So hey, thank you guys so much for watching this little series. It's time to get fishing. I'm ready to get on the water. I'm gonna show you guys how to be catching some bass here pretty soon. But thank you so much for the support thus far. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Hey, if you guys are new here, do me a favor, smash that subscribe button. Drop me a like on this video if you thought it was cool, if you liked it. And as always, leave a comment down below, and you guys know the deal. I'll catch y'all in the next one.